I'm glad we talking. Yo.
Hey, some fire outside, some fire. Listen, I'm just playing. I gotta calm down. There's one more interview,
He's out of line.
Hey, all right, listen.
Mike got to
You sound like a father. All right, listen.
One more interview. Hey, yo, we got another interview going on. Please, calm down.
Yeah. Yeah, the best part, I mean, y'all gotta step out if you want me to.
Smoke, man.
Yo,
really want smoke now. It's over.
Thank y'all, all the viewers, for coming in and tuning in throughout the whole thing. This is a dope event. Y'all were definitely here in spirit. Let's get straight to the recap, man.
I don't even know where to start, bro.
Bruh.
Honestly, this might be battle of the league right here.
Hey,
this might be the best battle.
Battle of the night.
Thus far, bro.
Battle of the night.
This might be something. This battle, I feel like on replay value, when people sit back and really watch this battle. Yo, quiet down, please. Trying to do this interview.
Hey, yo, quiet down, please. Quiet down.
Nah, this battle might really be something real special on the playback. You know what I mean? In the building, the energy was electric. You know what I mean? But I feel like on playback, there's so many gems people are just now starting to get. You know what I mean? But let's start off with Voice, man. Just introduce yourself and tell us your process of getting through everything.
All right, so what's up, y'all? It's Voice. You can say poet, hoodie voice, whatever. You know what I'm saying? This process was crazy. You know what I'm saying? This is my boy. Like, when I say this is my boy, I went through a lot of warfare with this, like a lot of warfare, but God got me through it. You know what I'm saying? And man, I'm just glad I can have a classic. To me, I think that was the best on Overflow. I'm just glad that my boy could just be a part of that.
So he mentioned it a little bit, and then you talk about the emotional toll, the spiritual toll, and the wrestling you had. Without going too in depth personally, what was that for you? Because for a viewer who's just now tuning in to Overflow, that second round could be kind of crucial for people, or even like, man, he's like, oh, are they gonna shake hands afterwards?
Yeah, right.
So what was that wrestle?
It's those exact questions that I had, and you know, Lee and my friends could be a witness. You know what I'm saying? I was going through a lot with it because he's my friend, like legit my friend. But with that second round, that's where I really went through warfare with, because I wanted to tell him how I felt, and you know, even though it's through battle rap, you know, a lot of people go through this whole thing with battle rap. We seen T-Rex versus K-Shine, where it's friends, you know, going head-to-head each other, using personals. You know what I'm saying? And when God showed me this, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to tell him. And but going through that, I was like, man, I don't want to hurt my friend's feelings. You know what I'm saying? But when we prayed about it, and he told me, yo, you know, if it's the truth, then I'll receive it. And I said, all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know how much I'm like, not to disagree, but I don't know how much I coincide with the concept of looking at battle rap for our template. But I will say this much. In what you said, I know there are about 10 out of the 30 people in there who probably going through the same thing, and they can be encouraged by the words you spoke. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, man, this is dope, because even if it was, like I said, honestly, a lot of times the battle rap, if it's not true, is to get a reaction, gets a reaction. But like, if those words, like being that those words are true, and it can apply to so many people, because you know how many people who are not in community, not in church. It's like, yo, like, be encouraged. Like we hear, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, that's dope, man. So like, I appreciate the fact that like y'all are taking battle rap literally to a new level, because like I was telling them, I've never this within this year, that's my favorite back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Because not only did I learn a lot about the league, I learned a lot about y'all personally, just through that. You know, within 3 rounds, I'm like, yo, this is dope, and I can't wait to see the more to come. So, from your perspective, man, were you having a similar struggle / wrestle in compromising your rounds, comparing them?
I don't think I had a similar struggle. I'm somebody who does a lot of like studying the word and everything like that, and I understood what this was for a while. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like wasn't a struggle. It was just more about going in there and not crossing the line. Like, you just understand where the line is. You know what I mean? So like when it came to preparing for Voice and everything like that, my motivation for doing everything was to make sure that he's gonna be who he's gonna be from start to finish. You know what I mean? And that's all I want from him. Now, what I'm saying to him doesn't have to. If he doesn't agree with it, it's cool. But it's all about just challenging him to think about these things. You know what I mean? It's not me throwing any accusations or anything like that. It may come across that way, but that's just the way I prepared it. But if you tell a man anything and he knows different, he's gonna walk that way. You know what I mean? So if I can get him thinking that I know I did what the rounds are supposed to do, you know what I mean? So like, it wasn't a challenge. I know that we're boys. I knew it was gonna be taken good-hearted. I'm glad he said everything he said to me, and I love this platform for this because it can be so hard. You know, the Bible teaches us to share our sins with one another and everything like that. It can be so hard to do that in the society that we live in. To go to people and talk, but this league can start that conversation. I don't want this battle to be the last time you talk about me going to church or the last time I talk to him about being himself or whatever the case. We need to talk about this, and this opens the door for us to have those conversations. You know what I mean? Because, and I'm just grateful for it, because who knows if that conversation happens without this league. You know what I mean? So to make a place where we're able to challenge one another, you know what I mean? And for nobody to take offense, to understand this is all for edification, and that we just want to see you be better. I just want to see voice be voice, because I know emulation is the work of the flesh. You know what I mean? And you cannot do what you're supposed to do in this league if you don't be who God made you. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing I want to say to him. If he feels that he's being himself, then more power to him. You know what I mean? I don't know his mind. I'm just another man. You know what I'm saying? But it was just to challenge him. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's one thing we always kind of held dear within all of us. I tell Los all the time, but there's certain things you say I would never say to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, bro, you talked about a man's dead baby. I was like, bro, that's,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's wrong or nothing like that. I'm like, man, like that's a level. Like one thing I've always kind of said is like, man, I wouldn't say anything to your face. I wouldn't say it off stage. And I literally saw that y'all's battle. I'm like, yeah, they would have this conversation. You know what I'm saying? They're publicizing it, and y'all would know each other's hearts on the level and gauge of, okay, is this safe?
yeah,
It's not a right or wrong thing. Is it safe? And could it be edifying? And I feel like those things were definitely touched.
I think beyond just being a crazy back and forth, there was kind of like a theme to this entire battle without you guys even really knowing each other's rounds. And I think the theme of that was accountability.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You think
That's
about
crazy.
like,
I was praying for that.
That's what it is, yo.
like you know, though like he was saying, it's like you never really can gauge how personal you can get in a battle. But I see the accountability, and listen, I'm gonna call you out on this, but not to put you on Front Street for the world to see, but because we need to address this now before it gets worse. So on both sides, with being yourself and the community situation. But I see, even though this is, verbal war, you know what I mean? I see the accountability and the love in this. I think that's what made it even greater, because it's coming from a deep-rooted place of friendship. And you don't really see that too much in battle rap.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? And I think this was just like, beyond it just being great bars, this battle had a lot of depth to it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's going to be great on playback, because there's a lot that people can take from this into their own personal relationships and people they keep around them for accountability. So this is like this is pretty much like a private conversation on camera.
Yeah,
so that's what I really enjoyed about it.
And that's really what I'm glad we really were on the same wavelength with that, because that's the one thing I feel like is missing from battle rap. You know what I mean? Is depth, content, truth.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like everybody, like I listen to a lot of battle rap. You know what I mean? And the one thing that always gets me is that nobody really be saying anything. Like it's just it's some bars and like I see the creativity, but how does this root into life? You know what I mean? And how does this impact? And how does this change something? So. A big thing that I pray about and that I envision for this league is to be able to have depth, because, and when you involve Jesus Christ, you gotta have depth. You know what I mean? Because like, come on, it's Jesus Christ. So we want that to resonate. We want to be able to have messages like this where I'm talking about being yourself, he talking about being accountable, and that register. Those are real things in real life that people need to know about and to hear about, and that don't need to be buried and nobody's talking about it. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that this took place the way it did, man. I'm so grateful, for real.
Yeah, realness in I feel like, this might be throwing shots. I do not like Geechee Gotti at all. There's like no bars at all. But people love his style.
Yeah.
For real, it's just me. It's not random. It's lit like but people love the realness behind it.
Right.
This is an artist my little brother showed me named Blueface. I ain't
heard
never
about
heard that man
just heard
rap
about
on
it.
beat, but they're saying, man, he's really about what he's talking about, and people are like, the fact that we're forsaking quality just for sincerity, or like just being sincere. It's like, man, we really just want something real in hip hop.
There we go.
And so like just the fact you to say, I'm like, man, like, and it makes sense.
That's a fact, bro.
we just, and because like it's like if we're able to forsake quality for sincerity, it's like man, how much can we do with sincerity and quality?
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
And yo,
like,
man, on that same train of thought, bro, like, I be thinking about this all the time. Like, me and my wife used to go hit the street and feed homeless people and pray for them and all of that. And we really gonna get back into it and everything. But, like, the way that I saw it is that people want something. People need something. And whoever gets to them first is gonna have them. You know what I mean? So that's why we need this. You know what I mean? Because if people are looking for food, whoever gives them that plate is gonna have interest, or they're going to be able to sow into their lives. So we need to be the ones with that plate, and I'm talking about that metaphorically within battle rap, because like you said, Geechee offers this realness and people are looking for it, so they're going to run to that. So if we can come and be that substitute, we can start bringing people up to another place, you know what I mean? So it's all about, like, the timing is right now. We got to grind, we got to get this in, you know what I mean? And like, I'm just so grateful for this opportunity, man, for real, yo.
Yeah, I just want to just say, man, I'm just glad that God has put us, you know, thought of us as responsible enough to just handle a league like this, because, you know, it's really crazy when you have something God gave you and you question it. You know what I'm saying? Because of other people's questions, and I'm just glad I have people around me like Millie, especially Lee, my girl, and people like Stack, man, to be accountable over my life, man, and especially Kyle, man, because he will tell me the truth, and I knew coming into this battle he was gonna tell me the truth, no matter how much people slept on him. I knew. I was like, Kyle's gonna come in here and go crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even about just bars or anything like that. He sets a narrative around what he's talking about, and I'm glad you said that, because it's gonna make me think. You know what I'm saying, about identity and everything like that.
Thanks.
And this is iron sharpens iron, no matter how much it is. And the crazy thing is, this is called confirmation. And I know you're my friend.
Yeah.
I know that I love you as a brother. You know what I'm saying? And God just had to show me confirmation with that. But he showed me you, bro.
Yeah,
he showed me your heart. And I just want to just thank Jesus, God. I just thank you, God, just for my brother right here. Just his gift, God. I just want you to just continue, just keep pouring into him, God, and his gift and his family, God. I just thank you for this league and everybody that's a part of it, God. In Jesus' name I pray. Man, I'm sorry.
Your boy flitting the prayer out of it. I respect it, bro. I respect it, bro.
Overflow, make some noise one more time.
But before we go,
Plug him in.
Before we go, yeah, you already know what's up. It's your boy Street Hymns, doing hymns for the streets. Streets need him. Also known as Love Nindo. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of names for y'all to flip when I come back. But aside from that, who are you gunning for next, my man?
We had a whole round.
I really, like I said, anybody who's, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's all about,
Redeem, come get this smoke from my
Redeem,
boy.
for real. Like, to be honest, I've been looking at Focus for a minute, because Focus had some bars for me his last joint, but it's at this point, it's whatever, yo. It's all about, you know what I mean? Being able to push each other, being able to talk to each other, and, like, if anything, like, I need to battle everybody, because I need to be tested in every single, you know what I mean? Like,
who do you want next?
All right, yo.
I need an answer. No playing is safe. Who do you want next on the next overflow
Everybody
card?
skip that question. So.
Everybody's like, you know, whoever God allows. No. Who you want next?
Right now, I can only think about Redeemed and Focus. That's it. One of the two.
Set that up. Oh wait, hold on. I'm the league owner.
Young boys. He said, I set that up.
He was snapping under the stanchions.
Hey, all right, we got my boy Voice, man.
Bro.
You got the access, my guy. Yeah, you too. You got the access, so like,
you gotta listen, man.
Boy Focus. You know what I'm saying? Who we like? I guess I probably can't even say person. What event you thinking of next?
Listen, Controverse coming. Saga, stop running.
Controversy.
Already at the table.
Hey Jack, how you stepping and still ducking?
I got through this battle. It's time, bro. It's time in March that me and you step into that ring, bro. I'm ready. You may not think I'm ready, but I'm ready, bro. Let's go. We're gonna sign that dotted line.
Oh yeah, this is dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me make this.
This is better than heavyweight boxing.
Hey, listen, let me make this painfully. I told you this before you got on this stage. This is the most serious battle I've ever taken in my life. I'm not playing with you.
I'm honored. You gotta be serious.
You understand me,
It's
right?
a lot
Gotta
of
be
force.
serious.
See how,
Wait,
see how the
wait.
mood changed, right? I'm
It's
not
a lot of force.
Yo, if we go in there, I'd like to battle Street him.
He said he want that.
I'd like to battle Street.
That would be a fire battle.
I told Street is crazy though.
I was highly impressed. I was highly impressed.
Bro, man, thank God.
But.
I want that low, so just put it out there.
It's a lot of entendres on this side, my guy. It's a lot of
Listen, Overflow versus Four Horsemen. We gonna set that up. Let's go.
Is that March? You want, is that controversy?
Listen, we can do whatever we want.
We can talk about it.
We can talk about it.
Hold on, let's do this. Do y'all really want a Four Horsemen versus Overflow card? Make some noise.
Do not say that.
Hey, wait a minute, wait. I already know right now, man, like, based off this night alone, I think it's not so much doing a disservice, but like, there's a lot of people here that card could be so dope. We need to add some on that joint. So like, man,
I'm adding freaking
Cobbins.
K-Jack and Redeem to Four Horsemen for that card, man.
You recruiting. Ace Boogie coming back.
Dope. Team Cap.
I can't be the Four Horsemen with two extra guys.
Cannon versus Gully.
Hey, Jesus is the fifth horseman. Jesus is the fifth horseman. We can Bible study more.
You sure he ain't the first?
We can Bible study more.
You sure he ain't the first? Well, y'all might be the fifth.
My boy went.
Yeah, I want to talk.
K-Jack, the hell?
K-Jack.
This is him getting his round off.
Yeah, I'm getting my round off right here. Shout out to Elijah. Many don't know, but we had a few words, and this is the realness of Overflow. If y'all think this is fake, it's really not. We had a few words we had an issue. Let's put it like that. And we literally came together as men, screamed in each other's face on FaceTime, and prayed with each other.
That's a fact.
And then I heard his rounds. We literally, we understand what reconciliation is.
Amen.
We understand what forgiveness is.
Amen.
We understand that this is ministry. So we're not just here trying to put on and make ourselves look good. We're literally putting on the name of Jesus so that everybody that hears us hears him. Just that simple.
Amen,
so I really want to say publicly that you did amazingly tonight.
Thank you.
Amazingly tonight. Absolutely amazing. I'm so proud of these guys. I'm sorry that I wasn't able for those. I know there was this is something Street Hymns and I were talking about last night, and he said how somebody came, how many miles to see you?
300.
300 miles to watch him battle, and then he was unable to actually battle somebody. He spit his rounds, but and somebody actually said that to me tonight, and I'm like, whoa, that's actually crazy. But to God be the glory. The reason I didn't spit for all those, there was something that was going on with me being a pastor that was very important, and I thought that meant more than actually battling.
Congratulations, Mom, by the way.
Yo, plug the church.
He's ordained. Officially ordained. Plug it. Oh, not yet?
Yo, where at?
I didn't get the word yet. Don't put that out.
Officially trained, ordained.
Yo,
Officially trained.
where's the church at? Where's the church?
Plug the church for this man.
827 Forest Avenue, Bronx, New York. 10456.
There we go.
Right.
If y'all from the street, y'all know that's head crack.
Indeed. Hey, y'all, thank y'all so much for a dope night.
Lee, where you at?
Indeed. Overflow Rap League. Make sure y'all follow. Oh.
I'm right here, man. We gonna get on that punch, man.
In the street.
Let's go, man.
Street Hills, we're in streets, man. A lot of forwards out here, man. Me and Soccer, I'm about this joint, man.
God bless you guys.
God bless y'all.
Make some noise, Overflow. Let's go.